Nobody does it better than the Middle East when it comes to preparing for the next big thing. Their idea of building infrastructure is unique and cannot be compared to anybody else's. Talk about inventions, upcoming technologies, and other things. The Middle East has done it all. In this video, we're going to be discussing Saudi Arabia's megacity project, the Line. This new concept and idea has, however, drawn several investors, detractors, and people from all over the world, in contrast to their approach to innovation. Will the Saudi Arabian effort be successful, or will it just be another wasteful large-scale endeavor? This is Saudi Arabia's controversial megacity project, the Line. Before we tell you more about the project, let's visualize what a typical megacity project looks like. Lush greenery, tall skyscrapers, a designated mall, maybe 2 or more recreational centers, housing complexes, and more. One particular image factor of a megacity would be the landmass it encompasses. Now let's look at the Line. Well, we do know that it's proposed as a mega-smart city where it is speculated to eradicate major world problems like road congestion, traffic on roads, pollution while running on clean energy, and more. The only tweak in design? Well, it's going to be constructed in a linear fashion. In other words, a linear smart city. Now that is one big commitment. But what is this project all about? Though there is still much more to learn about this project, we're going to tell you everything we know about it. Let's dive in. Saudi Arabia has presented plans for the Line, an ambitious urban project that is described to be a one-building city in the desert that would eventually accommodate 9 million people. The city would be constructed over 106 miles on a single strip of land. According to a statement by the kingdom's crown prince Mohammed bin Salman, the projected futuristic metropolis would be suited in the northwest of the Gulf nation, close to the Red Sea, and is a component of the NEOM project, a massive undertaking that will probably take years to complete. If we look at the NEOM project, this is also a highly speculative and highly designed smart city that is said to incorporate smart technologies that no other city in the world has. The Line is also said to be a part of this major project. Let's talk about its size. How big is it estimated to be? The Line will be 500 meters long and be constructed at 1,640 feet above sea level. The width of the city would measure about 200 meters wide, or approximately 656 feet. The reason is that its design would function as a vertical metropolis. It will have 2 mirrored buildings with an outdoor space. In line with the press statement, this mega project will cover about 34 square kilometers or 13 square miles. With that layout, we already know this is going to be huge. But as of now, we don't have much information on its design. Though the plan for its construction has been revealed in a presentation on January 10, 2021 by its crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, we do know a few things. Here's what we know so far. The entire infrastructure of the Line would be powered by renewable energy sources without any roads, cars, or other pollutants. Additionally, according to the press release, the Line's various sections will be connected by high-speed rail. The Line, being a section of the upcoming megacity NEOM, is set to transform Saudi Arabia's northwest arid and dry areas. Using advanced technology to detect its significance, the project is set to preserve over 95% of nature with NEOM. There will be nodes dividing the total area of land and the city. Everyone has easy access to these nodes. Additionally, it is claimed that these nodes would enable daily services like home delivery, workplace transportation, or market locations to be accessible within a 5-minute walk. But how will the city be powered? Well, the presentation did mention that the city would be powered entirely by renewable energy. Though we don't really know what type, it may be solar, hydel, or nuclear. Nevertheless, the city would surely run efficiently. A city built on a strip of land. Wouldn't that be congested though? Well, the designers of this project have created a new design, something quite beyond the ordinary. It is said that the Line will have a structural design of 3 layers. The first layer, or the underground layer, will be allocated specifically for transportation purposes. This is also going to include a high-speed rail system that would probably run at 512 kilometers per hour. At this speed, it would easily be able to transport its residents from one side to the other in just 20 minutes. 512 km per hour is also faster than any existing high-speed rail today. The second layer will be home to its infrastructure. And finally, the third will be for its inhabitants. These will also have designated areas for pedestrians. The city intends to have an artificial intelligence monitor that will use data and predictive models to identify ways to enhance residents' daily lives. So this city will run entirely on renewable energy, have no roads, automobiles, or pollution, and 95% of the land will be set aside for conservation. In contrast to conventional cities, the health and welfare of the population will take precedence over infrastructure and transportation. Also, the goal of the entire project is to boost tourism receipts and reduce the country's dependency on oil exports. According to the Wall Street Journal, the city will also feature a sports stadium, a yacht marina, robot maids, flying taxis, a giant artificial moon, and vertical farming land. Has the construction for the line begun? When is it set to start? The first phase of construction started in October 2021, with the first inhabitants projected to move in early 2024. The project's initial phase is also expected to be finished in 2030 as of July 2022. This makes it one of the most ambitious undertakings ever in the entire world. And to imagine that all this will be done in just 8 years does make this plan a little too perfect. Even then, how much do you think this entire project would cost? To think about what the city offers, the design and planning, and the entire area of the city, it all sums up to over 100 to 200 billion US dollars. That's roughly about 400 to 700 billion real or SAR. But this is nothing. Other estimates of the project speculate that the city will cost more than 1 trillion US dollars. The Saudi government asserts that by 2030, it will boost economic diversification, generate 380,000 new jobs, and add 180 billion SAR or $48 billion to the country's GDP. There's no denying that's a lot of cash. The Saudi government, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, as well as local and foreign investors are currently supporting the project. The line is a component of the Saudi Arabian government's Vision 2030 rebranding strategy, which aims to make the country's economy more competitive with that of its Gulf rivals like Dubai and Abu Dhabi. By the end of the decade, the goal is to welcome 100 million tourists annually, with the expectation that the increase would generate billions of dollars for the regional economy. With ambitious projects such as this, there will be critics who have something or other to say. Which brings up the question of whether the line, a Saudi Arabian megacity proposal, is contentious. Let's look at what is on the negative side of building this megacity. The Huwaitat tribe has lived in the Tabuk area of northwest Saudi Arabia for millennia, and this is where the line is being constructed. The Huwaitat people, however, have been forcibly evacuated from their houses as development has begun. Additionally, speaking out against the project wasn't advised, as it was with most things in Saudi Arabia, especially in light of the killing of tribal activist Abdul Rahim al-Huwaiti, who was shot dead for documenting the evictions in videos. This drew the attention of the UN Human Rights Division. Another incident that took place in March was when 81 men were put to death due to their intolerance of the project, which also drew criticism from the outside regarding complete violation of human rights. It was reported from a US intelligence report that bin Salman, who is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, approved the plot to kidnap or kill the Saudi writer Jamal Khashoggi. In the face of significant worldwide criticism, the Crown Prince has refuted claims that he gave the order for Khashoggi's murder, but has still claimed responsibility. In an interview with CBS in 2019, bin Salman declared, "This was a horrible act, but I accept complete accountability as the country's ruler, particularly in light of the fact that those responsible were Saudi official employees." Another drawback is related to migrant workers and tourism. While the administration aims to improve the city's appeal to visitors and locals, some people are scratching their heads given the country's past towards human rights. While the Saudi government has periodically implemented labor reforms, due to their limited scope and insufficient enforcement, harmful and exploitative behaviors toward the community of migrant workers have persisted. According to Human Rights Watch, over 80% of Saudi Arabia's private sector employment, which consists of manual, clerical, and service professions, is made up of foreign laborers. The Saudi Arabian government's kafala visa sponsorship program also has drawn harsh criticism from the organization. According to a Human Rights Watch assessment of the nation's most recent labor changes in March 2021, during the last decade, other Gulf governments have also begun to reform their famed kafala systems, with most introducing more extensive reforms than those of the Saudi authorities. However, many of the same breaches of migrant workers' rights, most frequently unpaid and delayed salaries and passport confiscations, persist throughout the area. Others question if it would even be ecologically friendly and technologically sound. A near-perfect vertical smart world with zero emissions is promised by Saudi Arabia's future city. On the other hand, it costs billions of dollars and displaces entire populations of people and animals, making a lot of people wonder if it's even worth creating. This concept isn't exactly new though. These futuristic city concepts have been tried previously by many, like the unsuccessful Quayside project by the Alphabet in Toronto, or the South Korean smart city Songdo, which is suffering. Only time will tell if Saudi Arabia can draw the line between success and sustainability. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section below. Give the video a like if you found this video helpful. You can also hit the subscribe button if you like our content. On this channel, we've talked about pressing issues and recent topics that you would absolutely love to know about. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you at the next one.